So for this comic book review, I'm gonna be looking at Phoenix Resurrection, The Return of Jean Grey, Part 1. It says Marvel Legacy Issue 1, so I'm assuming Phoenix Resurrection is gonna be an ongoing series, or maybe it's just a mini-part series. I think there's like 5 issues to it. Again, it's one of those covers. I don't know if you can see there. One of those weird holographic covers. Marvel's been doing that a lot. I think it looks pretty cool. I don't mind it. So anyways, we're gonna just jump into this. Starts off with 2 kids, boy and girl. They come across the body of another kid on the floor, and there's blood all over the place, like around the head. I mean, the girl doesn't seem to have any eyes in her. Either that or their clothes. It looks like she has no eyeball. So they're tripping out. They're like, "Oh, what do we do?" And this other girl. No, the girl sits up and starts ranting on, she says, and this is not English, so I'm not butchering anything as far as I know. Some weird language, ribbit, you. I don't know, yeah. That right there. She's saying whatever that is. And they're tripping, and all of a sudden this other kid comes from behind them and asks if they want to play Frisbee. Turns out this girl has like a bird in her hand, a dead bird, and tosses it up, and it explodes, or I don't know what happens there. And then this other kid, or I think that kid, starts floating. Those 2 kids are freaked out. I mean, it's like some paranormal activity thing going on there. They're gonna make the run for it. 2 hours later, X-Men show up. As you can see, you got Storm leading the crew there. They're talking to the sheriff, and sheriff. Rachel's not feeling well. She's feeling kind of off. And one of the parts right here, she's repeating that red dead whatever that was that kid was ranting about. And I guess Kitty's talking to the sheriff, and something about Cerebral picked up some strong signals from that location, and something about 2 kids. Sheriff's like, well, if you want to ask questions, the kids are still here. And odd enough, they are, but no, they're just kind of floating, and you see Logan's over there, like, I don't know what the word is, observing, investigating, there we go. So yeah, it seems that the kids are bleeding a lot from their heads, but there's no injuries to the heads, and they're just kind of floating there, so they don't know what's going on. And it just jumps into the old opening title there. Marvel Comics proudly presents Phoenix Resurrection, Chapter 1. Resurrect the Sun? I don't know, the fold's kind of cutting out. Can't read it. So Kitty, after the X-Men, her and her crew came across that, she holds a meeting with all the X-Men. We're talking about Blue Team, X-Men Blue, X-Men Gold, Astonishing X-Men members, even Weapon X members are in there. So, if you don't follow those Weapon X is Wolverine, Old Man Logan, Sabretooth, Domino, Lady Deathstrike, and Warpath, I believe. So anyways, they go on, and she turns it over to Beast, Hank. And he's talking about how there's all these weird energy signals being picked up by Cerebro. I think it was Cerebro. Yeah, so they're not sure what's going on. So everyone's like, okay, so what's the point of this meeting? What's going on here? Kitty's like, I'm gonna send 3 teams to each location. If you don't get picked, don't get butthurt about it. In short, it's pretty much what she's saying. If you get picked, it's because, we need you for these missions. So she breaks all the X-Men up into 3 teams. The first team is Kitty, Colossus, Magic, Storm, Nightcrawler, and Jubilee. And I guess the 3 locations, I'm sorry, I should have started with that. 3 locations are former Hellfire Club, building, I guess, club, house, whatever you want to call it. Second location is Mount St. Francis, and then the 3rd location is North Pole. So at the Hellfire Club, you got Kitty, Colossus, Magic, or however you pronounce it, Storm, Jubilee, and Nightcrawler. Over France, we have Rogue leading for the Young X-Men from X-Men Blue. You got Young Cyclops, Iceman, Beast, and Angel. So Rogue's with them. And then in the North Pole, you got Old Man Logan leading the team of Psylocke, Domino, Warpath, Sabretooth, and X-23, or All New Wolverine. So they're all investigating. Kitty and her team go in. It seems kind of weird. Hellfire Club's been out of business for like a good while, apparently. All of a sudden, Hellfire Club members show up. And Nightcrawler's like, oh, we got company. Then it goes over to France. And Rogue and the team walk into this like weird, it looks like a church. You can see right here, Rogue, Kitty and her team. You got Rogue and her team. And right there, Nightcrawler's talking about, we got company. And over here, Rogue just got bum rushed by this weird predator looking thing. So they're attacked, and it goes back to the North Pole, and they're just walking and walking, and all of a sudden Warpath sees something out at the distance, and everyone's like, well, what is it? So they ask Psylocke if she can get a read on it, and she's like, I don't know what it is. And then all of a sudden Old Man Logan's, wait, I know what it is. And let's see if you can see here. There you see Warpath pointing it. Well, it turns out Old Man Logan knows what it is because it's him. And you see Wolverine, the classic get up there. So it goes back over to the Kitty and her team fighting Hellfire Club. Jubilee at this point tries to bite one of them. If you're wondering why she tried to bite one of them, I forget about this. She's a vampire, I guess. And she's like, oh, they're not human. And then Kitty's like, good enough for me. X-Men attack. So they go on a rampage there against them. Goes over to France. Rogue's fighting that weird beast-looking thing. And she's getting mangled. She gets dropped, and Cyclops tries to blast the thing. And she's telling that younger X-Men to kind of stay away because this thing apparently zaps your life force. She gets knocked down, so Cyclops and the rest of the guys jump in. Over in the North Pole, all of a sudden this weird Logan, or Wolverine's like up right in their face. Domino just puts a bullet through his head. And as you can see, nothing happens. He gets back up. Sabretooth's like, nah, I got this. Boom, right across the throat. And goes back to the Hellfire Club attacking Kitty and her team. They try to escape, but the door that they came in through is no longer there. They're tripping out, so Colossus makes a new door. Just bum rushes through the wall. It goes back to France, and the X-Men are fighting Cyclops, and Beast, Angel, and Iceman are fighting this weird thing. Rogue is back up, and you can see Colossus breaking through the wall there. Rogue backs up, sends him through a wall. And then back here, you got everyone getting mangled by that Wolverine. You got X-23 up there, kicks Betty to the curb, then Warpath. Domino tries to put a bullet through his head, kicks her off, and it's down to Old Man Logan versus, I like Sabretooth said, Young Man Logan. So yeah, all of a sudden the Hellfire Club vanished. So you can see here, they're tripping out. They're like, okay, where are they? They just disappeared. And over here, same thing with that weird beast thing that attacked Rogue. It's gone. And Old Man Logan finds himself fighting again. Nothing. There's nothing there. So at this point, something's happening up in the sky. Everyone's looking up, if you can see there. And there's something bright. And now it just shoots over somewhere else here. It says elsewhere. And there's this, it looks like a diner. And I think it says Annie's Diner. You got this lady looking up at the sun. And you can obviously tell that's a phoenix. And I guess Jean Grey works at that diner too, so you got her there. And they don't know what's going on. They're like, oh, I saw a bird. Jean says it was nothing, blah, blah, blah. And they come in, the boss is like, what is it? Oh, I saw a big bird in the sun. Like a bird. And the sun questions that, saying, you sure you haven't been binging on that rum raisin ice cream again? By the way, that sounds gross. Rum raisin ice cream. That's disgusting. So, Jean's like, whatever, you know, she goes back to work. And apparently, I forget his first name. Call him Mr. Cassidy. But Banshee's there, if I'm not mistaken. His last name is Cassidy. And Jean's like server. And I'm not sure what I'm in the mood for. And it just goes on to Jean going back home? No. Yeah, she's going. I don't follow X-Men Blue, so I don't know what's going on with this group. All I know is that it's the X-Men, the original 5, Iceman, Jean Grey, or Marvel Girl, whatever you want to call her, Cyclops, Beast, and Angel. But it's like the teen versions of them, like kid versions of them. But yeah, they're teenagers when they say that. Jean comes home. I'm assuming those are her parents. They're like, oh, you're taking off already, but you know, we have a guest, so I hope you didn't forget. And she's like, she answers the doorbell rings, and she answers it, and it's Scott. And it just goes into to be continued. So, it's part 1, and here to show you the cover to part 2, part 3, part 4, and part 5. So I don't know if it's going to be a 5-part series. Either way, I didn't think it was the greatest thing, but it was an interesting issue that I'll go look for. I think issue 3 is already out, so I'll go look for number 2 and maybe pick up 3 if it continues to catch my interest. I thought it was an okay overall though. It is part 1 of a story there, so I didn't expect too much out of it. Whenever there's a part 1 to a story or a comic, my expectations are, will it get my attention? And if it gets my attention, I'll move on to the next issue. So it got me intrigued enough. I want to know what's going on, because I know the title of this whole story is The Return of Jean Grey. So obviously that was Jean, but it was the teen version. We're talking about the adult version that everyone's more familiar with. So if you read that, if you're reading the series, you want to give your thoughts on that, go ahead and leave that in the comment section. Like I said, I'll probably pick up the second one, and if it continues to catch my interest, I'll continue on to the third one. It wasn't bad. It got my interest, like I said. I thought it was like, I want to know what that Wolverine and Hellfire Club business was about. They were fighting the X-Men, next thing you know, they're vanished. But yeah, that's all I got. That's the comic book review I have for now. Got a pile of to read, so I'll get to those as I get a chance here, and I'll do another one. Alright, well, you guys have a good one, and be safe.